2002 Alfa Romeo 156 GTA. So obviously this is the top of the range, fire breathing 3.2 litre, 250 brake, Busso engine V6 saloon. Obviously they made the 156, which was the saloon, and the 147, which was the hatch. Very much the same car underneath, same engine, same box, same brake setup, suspension, stuff like that. As you can see, this one's metallic silver, which, as you'll notice as I'm going around, it is all one colour of silver. It's not had any patchwork quilt paint jobs or anything like that. There's not a door off or a panel off or anything like that, as you can see. It has the correct factory teledial alloy wheels, and it's got matching Michelin Pilot Sports all round, which we'll point out as we go. Let's start by having a look at the bodywork. If we start on this front driver's side, if we look down the driver's side, you can see lovely and straight all the way down. There's no ripples or dents. That body line that goes all the way down is nice and crisp all the way. Where the bumper meets the front wing is lovely and clean, nice and straight and even. Like I said, it's got Michelin Pilot Sports on, which for me is a really good sign of an owner that cares. They're not cheap tyres. You're not going to put them on a car if you don't care about it. Alloy wheel wise, there's no curb marks, apart from a little one down the bottom there, which you can see, and a couple of little bits of pitting, but generally the wheel's pretty good. Tyres got loads of tread left in it. This arch, as you can see, lovely and solid all the way around. No sign of any corrosion or anything coming through there. Obviously, being the GTA, you got the body kit with the ducted front arch there, and the side skirt going all the way down. Both jacking points are still there. Bottom half of the side skirt's lovely and clean, as you can see. Driver's door, that's nice and tidy. There's no marks, scrapes or scratches on that. Nice clean wing mirror. We've got a very faint little scratch just on the corner there, if we're being really picky. Come up this A-pillar, that's nice and tidy. We've got a little bit of a stone chip that's just bubbled up just on the leading edge of the windscreen, which you can see there, about the size of my thumb. This is where a stone's clipped it and it's reacted a little bit. Coming back down this roof line, that's all nice and clean. The roof itself is lovely and straight. There's no ripples or dents in that, as you can see. Apart from this one here, which we've mentioned, got another little tiny stone chip just there. Another one on the roof itself. Other than that, nice and clean. Correct Alpha glass all the way around. It's not got any sort of dodgy tints or anything on it like that. Rear door, that's all nice and clean and tidy as well. Obviously got the hidden door handles in the pillow, which is a lovely touch. Tiny little mark just there. And another one above it there, as you can see. This rear arch, that's nice and solid all the way around. Nice and clean. They're good. Alloy wheel and Michelin Pilot Sport. A little bit of lacquer peel on the wheel. Coming round onto the rear. There's been a scratch here at some point that's been touched in with the wrong silver. So that one's polished back and touched in properly. Both seams down here, which are quite often a bit of a focus point on these cars, they're good. Both taillights nice and bright. No sign of any moisture or anything. The rear bumper, which has obviously got this large rear air dam, and all that on the back's lovely and clean. So is the lower half, the tow eye cover and everything still there. Lovely clean exhaust on there. We'll start it up in a second because it sounds epic. And again, coming around this side, nice and straight. If you look down the door, if we're going to be really picky, there's only one little, tiny little ding just there. You can only just see if I move the camera around. Tiny little one. But other than that, you can see down there, lovely and straight. Around this rear screen, that's all good. As you can see, supplied by Northgate Alfa Canterbury. If you check the description, we'll detail everything we know about service history, where it's been, all that sort of stuff. Glass on this side, same story as the other side, nice and clean, all Alfa stamped. I mean, there's not much black plastic on this car. It's mainly body colour, but what is on it is nice and clean and tidy. It's not covered in back to black. It's not dried out or cracked or anything like that. This rear arch, lovely and clean. We've got one little stone chip just there, tiny little one. But other than that, all nice and tidy. Another good wheel and tyre. Another matching Michelin Pilot Sport, like we said. Got a little parking ding, just a little scratch in the paint, you can just see. Again, same story on this side. Nice straight seal cover. Both of the jacking point covers are still there. They look really ugly if they went missing. I don't know where you get another one from. Again, on the passenger door, you've got one little mark just there, but we are being really picky at that point. Other than that, nice and clean on the wing mirror. And this arch, lovely and solid all the way around. And your final matching Michelin Pilot Sport. Going around at the front, if we're being picky, the headlights could do with a little bit of a polish. Got a bit of sort of crazing across the top. but it does make a massive difference doing that. It always brightens the front of the car up really quickly. Other than that, we've got one small stone chip just there. In fact, we haven't, that's a bit of dust. So other than that, really, really good. Lower half of this bumper, that's nice and tidy. That's not been rammed up any curbs or anything like that. There's no chunks taken out of it. A couple of little stone chips on the leading edge of the bonnet, which you'd expect. Nothing major. Rest of the bonnet's lovely and straight, lovely and tidy, as you can see. If I move the camera around, there's no ripples or dents in it. And like I say, more importantly, every panel is the same colour silver. It's not a patchwork quilt, which is my pet hate. Moving on to the interior. Again, standard Alfa interior, really, really good. Obviously with a GTA twist in that you've got these lovely sport seats, sport steering wheel and a few other bits and bobs. This one does have the Bose sound system in it as well. All the stuff you'd expect, electric windows, controls on the steering wheel, front and rear fogs, electric mirrors, aircon, stereo, obviously. Steering wheel wise, that's lovely and tidy. There's no sign of any wear on that. Going on the top of the dash, that's all good. Pop the key in and have a quick look at the mileage. 88,734. So we get a nice sensible mileage. This driver's seat, it's lovely and tidy. You've got a little bit of wear on the bolster there, which you'd expect. Other than that, that's all good. All the foam's nice and firm. It's not dried out and cracked or anything like that. All the aluminium trim around the dash is good. Nice clean door card there on the rear passenger driver's side. And again, this rear bench, lovely and clean. Doesn't seem like it's seen much use, to be fair. I do like all this sort of barred up seats, it's really cool. And then the backs of the seats are lovely and clean. I know it is quite dark, but they are lovely and clean. These aren't stretched out or anything like that. It's not had kids kicking it or any real abuse. I think the boot, again, it's even darker still in there, but it is lovely and dark. Carpet wise, nice and clean. If we pop that up, you can see the toolkit, the spare wheel and everything's all there as it should be. I would say you could see, but you can't see very much. You have to take my word for it, but it's all there. Toe and eye jack, wheel brace, the thing that goes in the wheel, and another matching Michelin tired spare wheel. And then into the rear on this side. Lovely and clean on the seats, as you can see. The backs of the seats on this side is just as good as the other side. Headlining's lovely and tidy, it's not sagging. There's no funny smells in there, no sign of any moisture or anything like that. And then finally on the passenger side, lovely clean door card. Passenger seat shows no real sign of any wear at all, really nice and tidy. If we're going to be really picky, tiny little bit of wear there, but very, very little. And like I say, all the buttons, quite often on this age Alfa, they sort of wear out from your fingers and everything, but nothing's worn at all. Really, really good. It's worn more like a German car than an Italian car, to be fair to it. Pull that bonnet release and have a look at the star of the show. So it's that 3.2 litre V6 Busso engine, which is again one of my favourite engines. Spectacular sounding thing. 250 brake. All the metal work in there is lovely and clean. Can't really see a huge amount of the inner wings, but it is nice and tidy. Got a little bit of surface rust there where it's tidy up. It's just on a plate that sits on top of the strut top, but the strut top itself is lovely and solid. And again, it wants a good old polish under here and a good clean. Things like the stainless on the intakes. It's all cleaned up. But other than that, nice and standard. No sign of any fluid dropping out the bottom. I did briefly take it down the road. They are way quicker than you'd think they would be for 250 brake. Really, really nice thing to drive. Proper event. So we'll get started up there, as you can hear. Lovely little burble coming out the back. No sign of any fluids or anything flying out there, as you can see. Nice and quiet up front. We'll shut that down. It is cold, so we're not going to bounce it off the rev limiter, but we can give it a little rev because it does sound fantastic, this car. What other saloon sounds as good as this? Short of spending 100 grand on a Ferrari or a Maserati. Don't know how you're going to get a better noise for that, and you can take the kids to school in it. Right, so 2002 Alfa 156 GTA. If you've got any more questions, please let us know. Of course, you can come and view the car anytime you want. Just let us know, we'll book you in. If you can't get to it, again, like I say, give us a shout. We can do video calls, we can send you extra photos or videos, any other information you might want. You've just got to let us know. Thank you.